Don't think I'm ignoring you. I'm not. I'm just a slow reader. I grew up in the mountains. I'm lucky to be able to read at all. But speaking of that and being able to read, Guardians, Teacher Appreciation Week is coming. Wait a minute. Did this take all the chest away once you open them?
Yeah.
Couldn't they have put a statue here? Look at me. I'm a statue. I'm a statue. It's Teacher Appreciation Week, and I just want to say appreciate your teachers. They are important. Way back when, Guardians, back in elementary school, before many of you were born, okay, many of you were not born at the time, I had gotten disillusioned with school. I was disillusioned with it, okay? Meaning I didn't want to go. And guess what? Being a strong-willed mountain boy back then, if I didn't want to go, I simply didn't go. And I had to walk to school. I know this sounds like, a poor, pitiful you. It's not. It is not. This is the snow. Yeah, at times, yes. But I did walk to school until I had friends old enough to pick me up. I was lucky enough to have a vehicle, but I rarely drove because friends would swing by the house and pick me up because we had to stop by the store and have some hubba bubba and a drink before we went into school, and we all did it together. But this is about teachers. Teachers, they're important. They're so important, and we need to celebrate them. I was disillusioned with school. This story won't take long, I promise, but teachers are worth it. I was disillusioned. I did not like the curriculum. I had no power to change it. What was in my power was the fact that I just didn't go. And my mother and father did not know. They didn't know what was up, right? They didn't know. They didn't know that I didn't go. And so I just stayed at home. I occupied myself during the day. And, my mom was going to be off on a Friday. She worked. My dad worked. And I decided, well, I better go on into school. And I actually went in, and my teacher, Miss McIntosh, wherever, I know you've moved on. But yes, Miss McIntosh pulled me to the side and she said, Ransom, you've missed several weeks now. This is not going to be good. You will probably going to fail a grade because you've missed so many weeks. Why are you missing? And, not really able to articulate what I needed to do to tell her that I was bored to tears. She actually said, well, if you'll read and do some book reports and do some extra work, I'm just going to wipe this off your record. Well, she led me to the library and she said, pick out anything you want because you're going to have to read and do reports on about 6 of them. And I said, okay, well, I picked out a book, a science fiction book. And I read it. I loved it. Andrea Norton was the author. I read about 10 of her books. I did reports. My absences were wiped off. I started liking school again because I found things that I was interested in. And it was all thanks to a really phenomenal teacher, Miss McIntosh. And thank the teachers around the world who enliven the learning of students everywhere so that school is palatable for them. Thank you, teachers. Thank you. But that science fiction, pulling it back to Destiny 2, which is what I'm in right now, that science fiction taste allowed me to really appreciate sci-fi. And of course, I saw Star Wars at the theater. I did. And when Havoc said, I think you're going to like this game around 10 years ago, I did like it. I did like it. And I've been playing ever since. And without that teacher showing me the science fiction section, I wouldn't be here today. True story.